Hi there! Welcome to Apple World. Wendy Williams' sibling, Tommy, is standing up for Wendy's ailment. What's more, unfortunately, things aren't solid for Wendy. For what reason would you say you are even here? Do you see that she's ready? Does it seem as though she's prepared to begin a webcast, for God's sake? It doesn't really. Also, all of us will take a stand concerning this garbage. Tommy Williams has, as of late, ended his silence on Wendy's impending unscripted TV drama, and he blamed Wendy's supervisory group for taking advantage of Wendy's chronic weakness condition. In any case, fans are saying Tommy can't be relied upon either, in light of the fact that he and Wendy were rarely truly close. Also, fans are currently stressed that Wendy has no emotionally supportive network left. Be that as it may, what precisely did Tommy say regarding Wendy's well-being? Is it safe to say that she is truly in such a terrible state that she doesn't actually understand she's being taken advantage of? I am sorry. I even told Daddy. I'm sorry. That's what he saw. I'm sorry. Wendy Williams is purportedly shooting an unscripted TV drama with her loved ones. And keeping in mind that Wendy's fans were at first glad that Wendy was working once more, it presently turns out that Wendy's medical issue is not yet a set and central issue. As a matter of fact, as per Wendy's sibling, Tommy, Wendy is in such a terrible state that she doesn't have the foggiest idea that her group is taking advantage of her for their own benefit. Wendy was as of late seen in New York City looking rumpled, and in 6 cases, she went through the late evening drinking only 5 months subsequent to leaving recovery. Underhanded, however, decent webcasts have burglarized shooter ran into Wendy in a New York City bar, and he told Page 6 that Wendy looked desolate sitting without help from anyone else. However, at that point, she was illuminated like a Christmas tree to see somebody she knew. We had a nipple and a few beverages, however. At that point, we were preparing to bid farewell. Wendy didn't actually believe we should leave, Shiver said, adding that Wendy continued to say she needed to become inebriated. This evening, only days after the fact, the paparazzi spotted Wendy outside her New York City loft. Hello, Wendy. Hello, TMZ. Hello. How's it going with you? Also, many fans jumped online to say Wendy's appearance looked disturbing. Presently, to give you some specific circumstances, Wendy has been managing a ton of medical problems and individual battles over the long term. Also, although it appeared at one point that she was at last back in good shape, it seems as though her condition has deteriorated once more. Wendy originally raised concerns for her well-being back in October 2017 when she blacked out on her television show and fans stressed that she had experienced a stroke. A couple of months after the fact, Wendy uncovered that she was determined to have an immune system problem called Graves' illness, which causes different side effects and, without treatment, prompt serious complications. My hyperthyroidism, is appended likewise to Graves' sickness. Graves' sickness crushes the muscles behind your eyeballs. As that is the justification for in the meantime, Wendy's emotional wellness likewise weakened after she found out that her ex, Kevin Tracker, had fathered a child with his paramour, Sharina. Wendy clearly had some awareness of Kevin's betrayal for a really long time. In any case, fading out about his mystery love youngster was a colossal catastrophe for Wendy, and she experienced an unnerving backslide once her studio was cautioned that she left the level. Headed home and they started a hunt. Luckily, Williams was found and afterward hospitalized, and the source made sense. She was eventually found and smashed. She was quickly taken to the clinic to exacerbate the situation. Wendy likewise found that Kevin utilized her cash to fund Serena's organizations, and he even purchased a house for Serena only a couple of miles from Wendy's home in New Jersey. What's more, I'm still enamored. I don't have the foggiest idea what to do. Would you say you are not kidding around with this? This is truly going down. This is going down. It was you all with a robot who snapped a photo. Furthermore, I read about it in the web journals and the sensationalist newspapers. The location of this spot that he had bought to impart to these woodlands is 9 miles from my home in Livingston. What's more, they're having a great time. Wendy's well-being and private matters continued to mount, and in 2021, news broke that she lost her famous syndicated program, which was her fundamental source of revenue. Be that as it may, right when everybody figured things couldn't deteriorate for Wendy, her bank, Wells Fargo, obstructed her from getting to her cash and requested of the court to dole out her monetary watchman. Wells Fargo froze Wendy's record, asserting that she is a crippled individual who can't deal with her own monetary undertakings. What's more, the bank documented a request at the New York High Court contending what is going on is unsettling. The appeal read, "It is our expectation that the court will unavoidably name a brief gatekeeper or evaluator to survey what is going on and guarantee that Williams' undertakings are overall appropriately taken care of." Notwithstanding, it later turned out that Wendy's previous monetary counsel, Lori Schiller, may have been behind this appeal since she apparently misled Wells Fargo, letting them know that Wendy has an unstable psyche. Wendy's legal counselor guaranteed that Wendy recently terminated Lori because of an ill-advised direct comparable to their expert relationship. And afterward, Lori went despite Wendy's good faith and persuaded Wells Fargo that Wendy couldn't deal with her funds. Wendy's legal counselor likewise mentioned an impermanent limiting request against Wells Fargo, contending that the bank is slowing down Wendy's ability to get to her monetary resources and proclamations. With respect to Wendy, she beforehand openly called out both Lori and Wells Fargo, guaranteeing they were attempting to put her under monetary conservatorship and posing inquiries about my cash. Furthermore, when I started posing inquiries about my cash, Lori Schiller abruptly had no reaction in regards to my cash. I need my cash. This is unreasonable. What's more, Wells Fargo has made no inquiries or replies with regards to my cash. This will be somewhat unreasonable. What's more, Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship request about getting me far from my cash. Yet, tragically, Wells Fargo figured out how to prove itself to be the best. Also, back in December, the court delegated lawyer Sabrina Morrissey as Wendy's monetary gatekeeper. Also, since one of the main choices Morrissey made as Wendy's monetary gatekeeper was to remove Wendy's lone kid, Kevin Jr., from Wendy's fortune, which prompted him to get ousted, he began saying that Wendy was being taken advantage of. Many fans likewise contrasted Wendy's circumstance with Brittany Lance's conservatorship and said Wendy never had a potential for success since everybody around her pretended her emotional wellness battles were against her. In any case, what might be said about Wendy's loved ones? Does she have anyone in her corner who truly thinks often about her well-being? Well, unfortunately, similar to Brittany, Wendy likewise had a bizarre relationship with her family, particularly her more youthful sibling, Tommy. Yet, weirdly, Tommy currently asserts he's the person who thinks often about Wendy, and he's faulting Wendy's supervisory crew for utilizing her. In any case, fans aren't so persuaded in light of the fact that only a couple of months prior, Tommy freely impacted Wendy, guaranteeing she censored a birthday celebration the family held for their kid father back in February. Tommy let the son know that it was a tragedy the way in which Wendy's concentrate never appeared to have returned to family, especially their father. She's up to speed on what every other person is up to speed on, how her life is working out. Simply be a relative. Simply be a girl. In any case, I suppose she won't be either, Tommy said. Nonetheless, Tommy has now totally changed his story, and in a new meeting with the U.S. Sun, he guaranteed that he simply believes Wendy should improve. Tommy likewise hammered Wendy's supervisory crew for pushing Wendy to do an unscripted TV drama notwithstanding her miserable condition. This isn't a lady who is in the right mood to get a show rolling, Tommy said. For what reason would you say you are even here? Do you see the condition in which she's ready? Does it seem as though she's prepared to begin a webcast, for God's sake? It doesn't really. Tommy additionally charged Wendy's supervisor, Will Selby of Horse, with following Wendy around and taking advantage of her for cash. Got her full scale. Bet here, travel there. We should go. We should bring in this cash and couldn't care less in the event that you appear to be legit. To hell with that. The show will be about where she was and where she is currently. Is that the show? Is that it? Is that what my father needs to anticipate watching? Who needs these sorts of recollections? For what reason wouldn't he be able to simply get better as far as possible and then follow through with something? As indicated by Tommy, Wendy's administration is pushing Wendy's world for shock value, and they evidently plan to stress her ruin by contrasting her present status with her past. Tommy uncovered that the recording of Wendy in the forthcoming unscripted TV drama will be miserable to watch, and she has seen herself on the unscripted TV drama will hurt Wendy considerably more. Who needs these sorts of recollections? Who needs this? For what reason would she be able to simply get better as far as possible and then follow through with something? Tommy said. As indicated by Tommy, individuals have been kicking Wendy around for quite a while, and he's stressed over what the unscripted TV drama will mean for her psychological state. And this time she might have been down here recuperating, Tommy said, adding that Wendy's ongoing condition is miserable and that she's in chronic weakness. And keeping in mind that Wendy's director will later terminate back at Tommy's cases and recount to the Sun that Tommy's story doesn't sound valid, Wendy's fans are saying Tommy's right since it certainly appears as though Wendy's being taken advantage of from what I've seen of her in her present mental and actual state. That is one unscripted TV drama I won't watch, one fan said. Seeing her demise is so miserable. Furthermore, one more fan remarked, however much I might want to see Wendy once more, I don't believe that she should wind up before the world. That is not okay. In any case, many fans have additionally brought up that Tommy had his own disparities with Wendy previously, and they're not completely certain he truly has Wendy's well-being on a fundamental level.